Shaw Mitchell's YouTube channel. The week that was in NBA, let's look at another week that just passed. The NBA continued to move forward in December. Go over the games and certain teams that I feel impressed with, especially Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks are playing very well. They played today against the Denver Nuggets. They won 6 in a row. Um, Trae Young is playing excellent as far as being a facilitator. 20 assists that he had on Friday night against the Lakers as they won 136 to 134. I think it was in overtime, and he made a big 3-point basket. Um, Also, when you look at Dyson Daniels is playing excellent. Dyson Daniels averaging 3.1 steals a game, 3.1 steals a game. He's definitely doing it on the defensive end. Kind of reminds me of Alvin Robertson. Um, he was one of the all-time great steals kind of players. Know how to steal the ball, know how to play defense, know how to pick somebody's pocket to steal the ball and do what he does best. So that's the thing that was amazing about Alvin Robertson, if you remember. So that's the thing that stands out. Speaking of the NBA, right now you got Philadelphia playing Chicago right now. Chicago is beating Philadelphia 15-10. Right now, that's early right now in the game. Wait a minute. I thought Atlanta was playing Denver today. Obviously, I'm wrong about that. Brooklyn plays Milwaukee today. Cleveland plays Miami. Phoenix plays Orlando. New Orleans plays San Antonio. Minnesota plays Golden State. Houston plays the Clippers. And Portland plays the Lakers. All right, so let's continue on. I think they play tomorrow. Denver plays Atlanta. Yeah, they do play today. Okay. I knew I was right. Denver plays Atlanta today at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Atlanta Hawks playing good, man. They're 13-11 right now. 13-11 on the season. Again, Trae Young and Dyson Daniels may be one of the best backcourts in the league, the way they're playing right now. From an assist standpoint, you got Trae Young averaging at least 12 assists. And then from a defensive standpoint, Dyson Daniels is leading the league in steals, 3.1 steals, 3.1 steals a game. He's stealing the ball. He's playing defense. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I think that's the thing that stands out when it comes to that backcourt of Dyson Daniels and Trae Young. They're playing excellent in both ways, for assists and steals. So they play tonight against the Nuggets. Nuggets 11-10. Atlanta's 13-11. That's going to be an interesting game tonight. Um, Hawks are shooting 46.6% from the field. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are averaging 117.6 points per game. Trae Young is day to day with Achilles, so he knows he may not play tonight. That should be an interesting game tonight, though. Let's go over what's been going on in NBA for his headlines. Brandon Ingram is out indefinitely with an ankle injury. He was hurt in last night's game against Oklahoma City. 119-109 was the final score. Last night, Jokic, despite scoring 56 points, fell short and they lost to Washington. Washington had a 16-game losing streak. So despite Jokic putting up 66 points, it wasn't enough to hold off a Washington team that needed to get a win. That hadn't won a game in a long time. So they beat Denver 122-113 after losing 16 games in a row. Now Denver's 11-10. Haven't won back-to-back games in nearly a month. Now, it wasn't at full strength. So that's why Jokic put up so many points, because they didn't have Jamal Murray. They didn't have Aaron Gordon. They didn't have Dario Saric. So he attempted 38 shots. That was a career high. So he had to do all he could to carry the Denver Nuggets to a win, but they didn't get it done. Give credit to the Wizards. Jordan Poole had 39 points, including 9 threes. So big time win for them last night. Let's go backwards and look at the week that was in NBA. That's what this is all about. Last Sunday, to start off the month of December into the first week of December, Brooklyn beat Orlando, Memphis beat Indiana, Cleveland beat Boston. That was a big time win for them. Cleveland had to get a win. They had lost like a couple of games in a row. They couldn't beat Atlanta. They lost the last couple of games to them. So they had to pull off a big win. Donovan Mitchell had 35 points, snapping a 7-game winning streak of the Boston Celtics. So that was a big time win for Cleveland. Because they had lost in the last couple of games during that time to Atlanta. So they just got back on the winning track, basically. 115-111 was the final score in that game. The Knicks beat the Pelicans. Toronto beat Miami. Houston beat OKC. That was a big time game right here between two teams that are looking very good in the Western Conference. 119-116 was the final score with the Rockets. Fred VanVleet had 38 points. Dylan Brooks made a go-ahead jumper late to help Houston win 119-116. So how about those Rockets, man? They're playing very well. The Lakers beat Utah, Dallas beat Portland, San Antonio beat Sacramento, and Denver lost to the Clippers. So let's look at the week that was for the week of December 2nd. Let's look into that, December 2nd. Atlanta beat New Orleans. Boston beat Miami. Chicago. Boston beat Miami. Chicago beat Brooklyn. And Minnesota beat the Lakers. Still going through that in-season group play, in-season tournament. Philadelphia beat Charlotte. Cleveland beat Washington. Milwaukee beat Detroit. The Knicks beat Orlando. Toronto beat Indiana. OKC beat Utah. Dallas beat Utah. OKC beat Utah. Dallas beat Memphis. Dallas playing very well. They won I think 7 in a row. They're on a hot streak right now. So they're looking really, really good. But they beat Memphis this week. San Antonio lost to Phoenix. Denver beat Golden State. Sacramento beat Houston. The Clippers beat Portland. Okay, Wednesday. Boston beat Detroit. Brooklyn beat Indiana. Lakers lost to Miami. Atlanta beat Philly. Atlanta beat Milwaukee. Final score in this game was 119-104. As they went a game over 500, that was their 5th straight. They snapped the Bucks 7-game winning streak. Win that game. The thing about the Atlanta Hawks, they're playing so well off the bench. And that's the thing that stands out. They're playing very well off the bench. Jalen Johnson had 23 points, 13 rebounds. Their bench is doing very well. DeAndre Hunter had 20 points. O'Connell had 13 points. Bogdanovich had 15 points. It's doing a lot off the bench. The bench, you gotta be deep. They won a championship. You can't allow your stars to do everything. So that was a big time win for them. Minnesota beat the Clippers. Okay, Thursday. Let's look at Thursday's matchups. Cleveland beat Denver. Cleveland beat Denver 126 to 114. Donovan Mitchell had 28 points. They improved to 13-1 at home. Darius Garland had 24 points, despite triple double by Nikola Jokic. Again, Nuggets are struggling. They haven't been healthy, but they're not playing like their usual selves. But give Cleveland credit for a quality win against definitely a contender in the West. They just got to get it together to be healthy, as far as Denver's concerned. Dallas beat Washington. The Knicks beat Charlotte. OKC beat Toronto. Memphis beat Sacramento. Phoenix lost to New Orleans. Chicago beat San Antonio. Golden State beat Houston. It was on Thursday. Then on Friday, Philadelphia beat Orlando. Atlanta beat the Lakers 134 to 132. I think it's 136, 134. I said. I apologize. It's 134 to 132. That was the final score in that game. As Trae Young hit a clutch 3-point shot. That was a 6th straight win in overtime, beating the Lakers 134-132. Trae Young had 31 points, and he had 20 assists. 20 assists and 31 points. That was a big time win. 20 assists, 31 points. But look at this bench, man. The thing that's impressive is this bench. Okongwu, 15 points. Hunter, 26 points coming off the bench. 24 for Bogdanovic. That is a great performance off that bench. The bench is definitely got to be the best in the league. When you talk about the best bench in the league, you got to put Atlanta in the equation, in the conversation. Or they're the best, bench in the league. Again, so consistent performances from the bench. The bench is so good right now. The bench looks so good right now. And I think that's the thing that stands out from a bench standpoint. They got guys that can score on a regular basis. I think this is the thing that's going to make them tough to beat. Atlanta, they keep playing at a high level from a bench standpoint. They combine Okongwu, Hunter, and Bogdanovic. They combine for 61 points. 61 points they combine as they beat the Lakers. Boston, they swept Milwaukee 3-0 for the regular season. So they won't be playing anymore unless they play each other in the playoffs. 111-105 was the final score. This team had 34 points, 10 rebounds. Chris Middleton came back, but it was all for naught as they lost the game 111-105. So the Celtics are playing very good. They've definitely not been hungover by the championship last year. They're definitely hungry for a championship. They did lose last night to Memphis. Memphis is playing good. They're coming on strong, playing excellent basketball. Giannis Antetokounmpo, despite losing the game on his 30th birthday, he had 30 points, 11 rebounds. Damian Lillard had 31 points. The Celtics, obviously, their 3-point shooting is what makes them go. 17 3-point shots. Jaylen Brown had 25 points as they won the game on Friday. It was a statement win in all 3 meetings. Again, Boston is beating Milwaukee. That's very significant because they're supposed to be a contending team for the Celtics. You talk about this team in Milwaukee Bucks. They're supposed to challenge the Celtics in the Eastern Conference, and right now when you look at it, it's the Boston Celtics handling their business in the Eastern Conference against Milwaukee as they fell to 11-11 in that game. So that's a big situation right there. They've beaten the Bucks in all 3 meetings this season. Indiana beat Chicago. Sacramento beat San Antonio. Minnesota beat Golden State. Utah beat Portland. Again, yesterday, Cleveland beat Charlotte. As Evan Mobley had 41 points. That's a career high. And Donovan Mitchell had 18 points to beat Charlotte by a score of 116 to 102. And Cleveland's team played well. I mean, Charlotte is definitely hurting. They have injuries all over the place, but This Cleveland team is for real. They just got proven in the postseason, 21-3. That's the league's best record right now. So they handled their business last night. Washington beat Denver. OKC beat New Orleans. Detroit beat the Knicks last night. Big time win for Detroit. They got 10 wins on the season, 10-15. So Cade Cunningham had a triple double, 29 points, 15 assists, 10 rebounds. Very impressive win by Detroit Pistons. They have some veterans, Tim Hardaway Jr., Tobias Harris. That's making a difference too. You gotta look at the veteran aspect. Tobias Harris 13 points, Tim Hardaway Jr. had 11. Ivy had 16, but Cunningham played big with 29 points. And off the bench, again, the bench is so important. Malik Beasley, he had 23 points, hit 7 3-point shots. That's what it's about. You just got to have a good bench. And they had 18 3-point shots that was made on 36 3-point attempts. So that's how you're going to be able to be successful when you have the kind of bench to come off the bench. And the Pistons playing better than they've ever been. So they looked really good last night. Dallas continued to be red hot. They won against Toronto, 125-118. So they're 16-8. As Luka Doncic had his second straight triple double, his 79th for his career, 30 points for Doncic, along with 13 rebounds, 11 assists. As Kyrie Irving had 29 points, and Dallas Mavericks are on a hot streak right now. They have 7 games that they've won in a row. They're 16-8. They're looking very, very good. Give them credit. Klay Thompson had 20 points. And now the Mavericks have the longest winning streak in the NBA. So they're playing like they're supposed to play. This is a team that went to the finals last year. The All-City Boston Celtics. So they're playing excellent basketball. Miami beat Phoenix last night. Miami, Bam Adebayo had 25 points. Jimmy Butler had 24. They moved over 500. And big win for Memphis, man. This Memphis team definitely is playing very well right now. They won 127-121 on the road in Boston. Ja Morant had 32 points. Did his thing. As the Memphis Grizzlies snapped a 10-game losing streak in Boston. Had lost 10 straight in Boston. And Ja Morant is playing very well. 32 points. Handled his business. So give credit where it's due. So the Grizzlies, they're 16-8. While the Celtics fell to 19-5. Ja Morant almost had a triple-double. He had 9 assists and 9 rebounds to go with 32 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 27 points. But the thing about the Celtics, and this is the problem with the Celtics that can possibly get them in trouble. And also Marcus Smart played against his former team for the first time. That was a sweet victory for him. He didn't play that well. He only had 3 points, but that was a sweet victory for him to get it done. And also, the Celtics lost for the first time this season on the second night of a back-to-back. And Memphis outscored Boston 64-40. The problem with the Celtics, man, I know they shoot a lot of threes all the time, but this might get them in trouble come postseason time. They took 63-point shots, made 18 of them, and I think Jrue Holiday took about 17 threes, something like that. Take a look. 17 3-point shots Jrue Holiday took. 17 3-point attempts and made only 4. He was their leading scorer. He had 23 points. Jason Tatum was just off. Jason Tatum was 6-21. Happens not going to have a great game all the time. 1 of 10 from 3. Almost had a triple-double. We had 17 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists. But this 3-point shooting disparity, man, is ridiculous. 63-point shots, attempts. Meanwhile, Memphis took 33 shots from 3-pointers, from 3-point range, 33. 45.5%, 15 3-point shots. So they did their thing and they won the game. Okay, let's look at the standings real quick before I close out. Again, Cleveland has the best record, 21-3. They won 4 in a row. Atlanta's coming on strong. They got the longest winning streak in the Eastern Conference, 13-11. The longest losing streak is Charlotte Hornets. So Boston is 19-5. Orlando's 16-9. The Knicks are 14-9. But look out for those Atlanta Hawks, man. They're red hot right now, 13-11. The Western Conference, Dallas, week 7. They won 7 in a row. Dallas has won 7 in a row, the longest winning streak in the league. They're second right now. They're number 2. They're right there behind OKC. They're tied for the same record with Memphis, who's 16-8. Houston's 15-8. Golden State's 13-9. Clippers are 14-10. So here come the Dallas Mavericks, man. They're looking good right now. Look at the stats, team stats and personal stats. Look at the personal stats. Giannis still leads the league in points. Giannis 32.5 points per game. Jokic is second, 31.4. LaMelo Ball, 31.1. LaMelo Ball averaging 31.1 points a game. Gilgeous-Alexander, 29.8. Doncic, 28.7. Trae Young's averaging 12.3 assists a game. Again, Jokic is averaging triple-double. LaMelo Ball is leading the league with 3-point shooting made, 4.7. Jokic is leading the league in rebounds, 13.6. The go is 31.4 points a game, 31.4 points a game. He's averaging 13.6 rebounds a game. And for his assists, he's averaging 10.3. Wembanyama is averaging 3.4 blocks. And Daniels averaging 3.1. Dyson Daniels averaging 3.1 assists a game. .1 for Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels. 3.1 steals a game. So that's what Daniels has done for his steals concerning that department. For his team stats, Cleveland still leads the league in scoring, 121.8. Memphis is right behind him, 121.4. Field goal percentage, Cleveland is number 1, 50.8%. And this is the reason why they're the best team in the league as far as their record is concerned, because they're great in points scored and they're great in field goal percentage. They know how to score as far as field goal percentage. They're number 1. Points differential, they're second, 10.7. Orlando Magic, 103 points per game. They're only giving up for his defense points allowed. The Rockets are 49.9 rebounds a game. That's what they average, almost 50 rebounds a game. The Rockets. And Memphis Grizzlies, man, the reason why they're playing well, also the rebound, they're 47.7%. So 47.7 and rebounding for his averaging rebounds, 47.7 rebounds a game. And they're number 1. They're like tied for number 1 with Orlando with 6.9 blocks. So you're doing it with the defense on the defensive end. You just know how to get it done. So that's it. This is it for my time for this the week that was in the NBA. I'll be back next week. Maybe go back to the normal time, 9 o'clock p.m. But I may just stay with this afternoon thing. But I'll see. But I'll definitely be back next Sunday to look at the week that was in the NBA. Thank those who've tuned in. Until then, I'll be back tomorrow on Monday. And I get into the class books for shoppers. You get into the Bible study time, Psalm 85, 86, and 87, and much more. And then get into Horns, Hogs, Nixon, the Texas Arkansas book from 1969. Game that was played back in 1969. I'm going to get into that. So that's going to be on the docket next time. I'll be on this live feed, another live feed, which will be tomorrow. And that'll be it for that. So that's it for today's live feed for the week that was in the NBA. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.